and welcome to the Stash-down Diaries. Today is September 1st and I want to talk to you all about my knitting plans for the fall. I have the window open and there's a beautiful fallish breeze coming through. I got my spiced apple tea and I'm just living with all the getting into all the fall vibes here. I do have kittens that are kind of wilding out in the room, so we're gonna see how this goes. Ginny's in her kitty condo and she just made a weird face at me after I said that. So if you're new here, my name is Jen and this is my channel where I talk about all my knitting projects. Stashing down, knitting plans, knitting favorites, all that kind of thing. So today is a little bit of a different video as I go through what I'm planning to knit for the fall. And we're starting with today because it's day one of the Joji Fall KAL and I finally get to cast on. For the Joji Fall KAL, ever since I registered, I've been wanting to cast this on, and I've had this yarn in my stash. It might have been 2 years. 2 years at most. It's not very it's not a languishing yarn, is what I'm trying to say. It's one that I've wanted to try. I picked it up at Tracy's Rolling Yarn Shop, and it was kind of a treat to me to do a 3-color shawl. And then I picked the shawl, which is the Suburban Wrap by Joji Fall KAL, and it was sitting in my queue for a while, and I thought this is a great time. The Joji Fall KAL is a great time to cast that one on. So this is Polka Dot Creek yarn. It is beautiful. This, I believe, oh, I just dropped one. This is chocolate. Piper's trying to get the kitten to play with her from under the futon. You should see them, they're so cute. This is birch, and this one that I dropped is spruce. So yeah, the pattern that I picked for this is the Suburban Wrap, and it is beautiful. 3-color shawl. I am totally entering my giant wrap era. I forgot to mention that this is an old school favorite of mine. This is the Kleppo Tee. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's been on Ravelry for a million years. I knit it a while ago, like years ago. And it's out of Malabrigo. I think it's called Silky Merino, the DK weight one, in the color Azul. I think that's how you pronounce that word, or Azules, I don't know. But it's one of my favorite colorways from Malabrigo. And yeah, just nice old school. Reminds me of when I first got on Ravelry, and this was in constantly in the hot right now section because a ton of people were knitting it. Maybe a ton of people still are, I don't know, but it's a great pattern and a great little scarf. It's not that little, but anyway. So that's the one I'm casting on today, Suburban Wrap by Joji Fall KAL. And I have it in my nice fall bag. I think this is by Sugar Tots. It has the label here, but it just says sugar, so that's what leads me to believe this. I think I'm going to be using this for color inspiration for my mittens, because there's some great color combos there. Okay, so next for the Joji Fall KAL, same situation. It's been in my queue for a while. This is yarn that I've had for a while. I think Bedeck Yarns was still open when I purchased this, so it's at least pre-2020. I might have purchased during the closing sale, but I can't remember. But this is Lichen and Lace, and I can't remember if this is called Pressed Flowers or Wildflowers. I think it's Pressed Flowers. And it's some lovely purples and yellows in there. It is beautiful, and I've been waiting for the right pattern to use, and I've chosen, actually I chose it quite some time ago and it's been in my queue, the Venezia Wrap by Joji Fall KAL. So that is going to be the second pattern that I cast on. It's a great one skein shawl pattern, a little different from my entering my giant wrap era, but I'm also loving quick stuff. I just love everything. I see it, I like it, I want it, I knit it. So and it is living in my cute Halloween bag with all the little kitties and dachshunds dressed up for Halloween. And this one is Silvershed USA. So enjoying getting my fall bags out. I have this one, this isn't part of this video. There's a sock in here, but this is my little cube. I think it's from Nomadic Yarns, but it is R2-D2 dressed up for Halloween in different costumes. So I love fall, so bringing out all these bags makes me happy, although some of them I just knit with year round because they're cute. Okay, so that was the Joji Fall KAL. I don't know if you know, Amy Palco, who is one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube here, is coming out with her first pattern. It's called the Gallus Scarf, and it is like a huge scarf, almost wrap. And of course I'm in my giant wrap era right now, so of course I want to knit it. It's coming out on September 9th. I think she's doing like an special release for a yarn festival over in Scotland. I can't remember the name of it. So I did a stash dive while planning to knit. Piper just kind of, you're digging through my yarn, bud. Hey, what's that about? So Piper, when she jumps up on something and there's something for her to paw at and try to get underneath, she does that. So there's a pillow there. Oh my goodness, everything is getting out of sorts. Okay, so there's a pillow there and she started pawing at it. My yarn is also like right there. And so she just put everything in disarray. So the Gallus Scarf, it is like 2 triangles on the end and then like, I can't remember what they're called, are the trapezoids? I'm not sure, 4 of them. So you use 5 colors. You can use up to 5 colors. You can use like, I think she has one sample where she used 2 colors. So I did a stash dive to try to use up some of my really older yarns. And this is Cascade Yarns 220 from like 2012, 2013, both in that area. Some of it is a little bit newer just so I could get the colors that I wanted. And I looked through them. I had yellow and stuff too, but I think I'm going to use the yellow for yellow and gray mittens because I really like the combination of yellow and gray. So this is, I think this is Sapphire Cascade 220, and you can tell it is pre-yarn winding days because it's in a hand wound ball. I think, yeah, Sapphire. I think this is Summer Sky, maybe. I think. Piper's gonna shake the phone stand a little bit because she's back off the futon. This one is Natural, and I don't have the pattern specs yet because it's not out, so I don't know how much yarn I need for each color yet. This one might be a limiting factor because it's a little bit shorter than a full skein. It is 88 grams. Same with this one. This is Charcoal that I've been wanting to use up. There's some gray there. So this is original, like when I first started knitting yarn. Okay, I have a strand hanging down and Maisie's going for it. All right, so when you watch my videos, you're gonna have pet interference. It's just the facts of things in here right now. When they get a little bit older, they may calm down a little bit, but that's probably not going to be for like 5 years. Maisie, seriously, dude, stop. She's pawing at the cord on my phone stand. I had to kick them out, but then they'd just be mad at me. Okay, so Charcoal, and this one's a limiting factor because it's only 80 grams, but I do have this older one, newer one in 220 Superwash. I don't mind mixing them because they're pretty much the same weight. So if it turns out in the pattern that this is just not going to be enough, I'll use this one. And then I have, of course, Maisie's chasing it. This one, this is a 220 Superwash as well. It's older, but not as old as some of the other ones, and not as new as this one. So it's a really good, if this works out, it's a really good stash dive situation. It'll work out for the most part. I'll at least get that Sapphire and that Summer Sky and probably that Natural knit up out of the older ones. And if the Charcoal isn't enough, I'll use it for the mitts that I talked about before with the yellow. I think that'll look really nice together for a mitten. Okay, so that's the Gallus Scarf. Really looking forward to that on September 9th. I'm getting that cast on. We'll see how much of my Suburban wrap I get done before then. So I'm casting on the Suburban wrap, and then I'm, when that's done, I'll cast on Venezia. So my sweater situation. Maisie is just, well. So my sweater situation, right now I am trying to finish my Humulus and I'm really close. I almost have the first sleeve done. Actually, it's right there, but I'll save that for a regular video. So when that is done, I'm going to cast on a love note. And I have, this is Lizzie Ann Yarns. I should have got the colorway before I sat down to record this. I'm very professional, don't you know? I got this when Bedeck Yarns was closing. Lizzie Ann Yarns is like one of my favorite fingering weights to knit with for shawls, but it doesn't look like they're producing yarn right now. There's no notice on their Instagram page or anything that they're not, but they've just been really quiet. So for the love note, I'm using this one. I think this might be like marshmallow something or other. Oh, did I mention the KAL that this is for? I didn't. Okay, so Kay the Crazy Sock Lady is doing like a fall spooky make along, and I am going to put this into that make along. And then I'm holding it with Tin Silk Mohair. The color is 2511. So I will be using those together. I picked this up at Tracy's Rolling Yarn Shop not too long ago. I thought I'd be casting this on way sooner, but I guess my sweater mojo took a little dive, and that happens. So Humulus was kind of chilling out. Maisie. Give it. Ginny is just chilling in the kitty condo being a good girl. Okay. Yeah, so my sweater mojo. So I've always said I'm not casting on another sweater until Humulus is done, and Humulus just kind of sat for a bit, but now it's going. It's getting done, so then I'll have my love note on the go. And then after my love note is done, Selma of Selma Knits, the Little Big Knits podcast here on YouTube, is doing a Nordic KAL. And one of the times that I visited my brother, I went to Cricket Cove in Fredericton and got some Lopi, and because I've always wanted a Lopi sweater. So these are the colors that I picked. And there's navy and this nice icy blue, and this is going to be the main color. I think that's going to be the main color. I have to look at my quantities again. Oh my god, Maisie just took my ball. Where did she even get that? She took my ball of tin silk and went under the futon with it. She took the label off. She just like was carrying it in her mouth. A little yarn thief. So yeah, I have to check what quantities of each color I got. I didn't look at it when I pulled them out of the bin, but I'm knitting Wintersol by Jennifer Steingass, and I'm pretty sure I matched it kind of to the colors that are in her main picture on the pattern page. And so the main color is like hers is more like a tealy blue. So I think this is what I picked, and then there's like a dark color work with mostly light on the yoke. So I think this is the yoke. Pretty sure that's what I chose, but we'll find out. So I'm going to finish the Humulus. I'm going to knit the love note, and then I'm going to dive into this one. I've heard that the love note is a fairly quick knit, so I should end up into that one fairly soon, but I have one more. I feel bad the last two don't have bags. Well, actually the last three. The love note is going in the bag that the Humulus is in. Do I have it here? No. It's downstairs. So my mother asked for a vest, and I searched Ravelry, and the perfect one turned out to be the November Best vest by Petite Knits. It just like, the design of it just like screamed like my mother. So I have yarn in stash. I did check. Some people had used Cascade 220 superwash for it. And so that's what I'm going to go with. I've really, Piper. Oh, she's okay. So when I took the yarn away from Maisie, I gave her a catnip toy that I knitted. And now Piper is under the futon trying to get the catnip toy because Maisie has left. She is right here. And now Piper is, well, she has it. You can't have that. Huh. She's already destroyed one of their catnip toys that I knit for them. So we are not letting her destroy another one. She has her own toys. It's like a madhouse up in here. Hey, you gonna chew my needles now? That's not cool. That is not cool, man. Not cool. All right, so we're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk about Grammy's sweater. Right? Right. Okay, so yeah, the November vest by Petite Knits completely suits my mother. Had this yarn in stash for a while, and I'm gonna be super happy to use it up, and I hope it turns out really well. I might add mohair to it, but I don't know. Here, baby, you can go down. Go down and wreak more havoc. So anyway, they're not settling except for Jenny. If you want to see like pet shenanigans, you can go to my Instagram. I post like their stories and stuff all the time. So if you want to see more of these three, my little trio, you can go to CB Island Knitter on Instagram. I will have it linked below though. So yeah, those are my big fall plans. Now I have other fall plans. Of course, I'm still doing the saltwater stash down and knitting my way through the saltwater knitting books. Miss, you are not getting that catnip toy. Miss. Oh, okay, where was I? Yeah, still knitting through the saltwater stash down books. And I have, I'm like switching gears to hats this month because it was summer sock camp, and then now this month I am going to be knitting hats, and I still have socks to knit to sell. So that's all the little stuff I'm going to be working on, but this is, you know, the big stuff. And I will have updates on my regular videos. My next video is probably going to be recorded on Monday because it's a holiday. And I will probably have progress on my suburban wrap, which is going to be nice. So I hope you are enjoying the fall air and getting geared up for all that wonderful fall knitting and everything. If you are a pumpkin spice person, I kind of am. Enjoy. I'm really looking forward to pumpkin patches and corn mazes and all that. Oh, apple picking. I don't know. I might go to my brother's apple picking, but I'm not sure yet because I usually visit them at some point in the fall, but it's usually closer to Christmas, like at the beginning of December. I might go earlier so I can go apple picking. All right, the kittens are really starting to wild out now, so I'm going to close off this video so we don't get any more interference. I will see you next time. Take care.